Okay guys, comparative graphs. Now what are comparative graphs? Two type of graphs are extremely important in IELTS. One, graph with a trend, and second, comparative graph. Whenever we have graph with a trend, for that they will always give you time period, right? Time period means 2010 to 2020. And 2010 to 2020 means 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, up to 20. So whenever they give you time period, that is a graph with a trend. And when they don't give you time period, they give you only years. For example, 2010 and 2015. For example, if we compare petrol prices, 2021 and 2020. So 2020 separate, 2021 separate, and we compare. Whenever there is comparison, in comparative graph, data does not move. In graph with a trend, data is moving. Upward trend, downward trend, remains same and all that. When we compare, the fluctuations are not there. Things are static. Data is static. And when it is graph with a trend, then data is moving. Okay. Now please come to this. Let's just take a look. I'm reading it from top, from here. So, try it first. Task 1, writing. How to write about comparative graphs. In this unit, you will learn, you will look at how to write about a graph or table without a trend. The information given in this type of chart does not change over time. So no fluctuations, no upward trends, no downward trends, and all that. Now, please come to these bullet points. What do we write? First, write an introduction to the topic of the graph in your own words. So, for report writing, first paragraph is introduction. Next, give an overview of the main ideas in the graph. Overview of main ideas. I will tell you, we'll go through one complete report, okay? So you will write 2 paragraphs. This is what we call, this is paragraph number 2, and we call it overview. So first paragraph is introduction. Second paragraph is overview. And again, I tell you, overview is more like a conclusion. So when you write overview, you don't write conclusion. You don't need to write conclusion when you write overview. Describe the most important details, including numbers, paragraph 3 and 4. This is called body of the report. First paragraph, introduction. Second paragraph, overview. Paragraph 3 and 4, they are called body of the report. So in total, you will write 4 paragraphs, okay? Now let's take a look at this. I would advise you, if you open it on your mobile, you can see it better. Because on mobile, it is all colorful, so you can just see it clearly. Okay, now let's just read. The graph shows data about the average Saturday sales of 2 bakeries in London. Okay, try to imagine. Graph shows data about average Saturday sales of 2 bakeries in London in 2010. Now tell me, is 2010 a time period? No, it's not a time period. Time period is 2010 to 2020, 2015 to 2018. So when they give you 1 year, or if they use the word and, for example, if they write 2010 and 2015, again, it's going to be the same. Okay, so summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where necessary. Now, can you guys tell me what is the average number of items sold from 0 to 160? So average number of items sold, they are from 0 to 160. And what are the items? Can you take a look at that? What are the items? Cakes, cookies, rolls, fresh loaves, toasted sandwiches, salads, crisps, and donuts. Now, can you tell me which item is most popular one? Donuts. So it means first you will write about donuts. Second most popular item, cookies. Very good. Third, cakes. Well done. Fourth, rolls. Fifth, crisps. And then you can talk about salads, and then fresh loaves, and finally you can talk about toasted sandwiches. Is that clear? So you will see most important, and let me tell you one more thing. Most of the time, comparative graphs come in the form of pie chart also. And pie charts are the easiest ones. As you're talking about it here, in pie chart, you will see what is 50% share, what is 30%, what is 20%. So as they mentioned here, isko pie chart mein bhi convert kiya ja sakta hai. You can express this data with the help of pie chart. So if they give you any pie chart, there is no problem. Please come to page 93. I tell you how to deal with pie chart. Okay, so in the middle of this, we've got this favorite school subjects for boys. Got it? Favorite school subjects for boys. The most favorite subject for boys is physical education. And what is the percentage of that? 30%. So you will start from there. Do you understand? Okay, now sometimes they give you coffee consumption, coffee use, coffee consumption, coffee production. One pie chart about coffee production, one pie chart about coffee consumption. Coffee production is in some other countries, the highest or the largest producer of coffee, and then the users of coffee, okay? So don't be afraid that pie charts are different. No, in comparative graph, even they might give you table, pie charts, bar charts, they are the most common ones in comparative graph. Okay, so the favorite school subject for boys, most favorite subject is physical education, 30%. You can write there PE. PE is physical education. The book which I sent you there, it is all in color. In actual exam also, it will be color. This book is, it will be colored, and this book is black and white, right? So don't worry. 25% is what? Science. So 25% boys, they like to study science, and this is fairly a large number after physical education. After that, third one is mathematics, 18%. So you will write about that. After that, technology. What is the percentage? 10%. English. Now you can see these subjects took least interest, or boys took least interest in these subjects. Okay. So these subjects are the part of humanities. Humanities means arts, right? So, okay. Now, what about 5%? Geography, 2%, history, and 2% other subjects which are unknown. So start from the highest, second highest, third highest, and then use sentences. Boys took, the lowest interest was in the subjects like history and other, like that. Clear? Okay. Now, I want you to stay on page 91 and at the same time come to page 96. 91 and 96. You can move. 91 and 96. Good. All right. So, please now come to page number 96. We've got this comparative graph answer. This bar graph compares, underline this sentence, and you can use it in any comparative graph. This bar graph compares. This bar graph compares the most popular items sold by two bakeries. Now, what are those items? You know that, donuts, cookies, fresh loaves, salads, sandwiches, and all that. So most popular items sold by two bakeries in London on a typical Saturday in 2010. Now look here. This sentence is actually the rewording of this sentence. Come back, page 91. The graph shows data. Found it? The graph shows data about the average Saturday sales of two bakeries in London in 2010. So what you have to do, you have to reword, rearrange and paraphrase this sentence, and that will become your introduction. Uska arrangement आगे पीछे कर दें, wording change कर दें, आपका introduction बन जाएगा. Okay? Now come back to page 96. Introduction, sentence number 2. The graph shows average sales of 8 items. Do you agree? How many items are there? 8 items, including. Now, after including, you can talk about a couple of items. Or it's a good idea if you talk about the items which are most popular, including cakes, rolls, and toasted sandwiches. According to me, it should be including donuts, and then you can say cakes and a couple of items you can mention. But don't mention all the items in a sequence, right? In Bernie's buns and lovely loaves, what is that? Name of bakeries. Well done. And over there, they have mentioned in 2 bakeries. And what you have done, you have given the names of the bakeries. Is that clear? Very good. Now we are going to write overview. Let's see what is that. Second paragraph on page 96. Overall, it can be seen that, underline this sentence. For every overview, you can copy this sentence. Overall, it can be seen that Bernie's Buns is generally the busiest bakery. Now, please come back to the graph, page 91. Can you see Bernie's Buns? They have tallest bars. So, tallest bars means their sale is higher than the other ones. So, when the sale is higher, it means they are the busiest bakery. Outselling lovely loaves. Outselling, what does that mean? Outsell. They're selling more. Okay, outsell. You know, we say outperform. Outperform means to perform better than someone else. Outselling lovely loaves in 6 out of 8 items. Okay, now, this is the first sentence. Second, on the whole, you can copy this as well. On the whole, savory foods such as toasted sandwiches, salads, and rolls are not as popular as sweet items like cakes and cookies. And you can mention donuts, right? So 2 sentences in your overview. Sentence number 1 is what? Which bakery is more popular? Sentence number 2, which items are more popular? So you can just write it down in overview for comparative graph. I will write 2 sentences. Sentence number 1, which bakery is more popular? And number 2, which item is more popular there. After that, we will write now the details. And remember, it's a good idea to write about the bakery that has highest sale. And now you need to separate these 2 bakeries, okay? So, in terms of sales at Bernie's Buns, if it is sales, you can use the word sales. In terms of prices, if they give you prices. In terms of whatever they give you, you can just write it there. So, in terms of can be used. In terms of sales at Bernie's Buns, donuts come top of the list with an average of around 135. Please come back. Can you see donuts? Can you see 135? And by the way, this 135 is the left bar. Okay, left bar is this one. Bernie's Buns, exactly. So donuts come at 135, sold on a Saturday. Cookies and cakes are the next best seller. Now these words and phrases you can easily learn from unit number 8. Please note down unit number 8, page number 91 to page number 91 to 102. Okay? So these pages you will have to read before coming for mock exam. Academic candidates, right? Page number 91 to page number 102. And you will find each and everything in this unit. Okay, let's go on. Cookies and cakes, I'm on page 96. Cookies and cakes are the next bestseller with around 115 and 100 of these snacks sold respectively. You know, respectively, in order. Yes. Savory foods are less popular. Bernie's Buns sell slightly more rolls than crisps. Come back. Bernie's Buns, more rolls than crisps. Agree? Look at rolls and look at crisps. So they are selling more rolls than crisps. What are we doing? We are doing comparison. So this is comparative graph, okay? With roughly 75 of each leaving the shelves. Leaving the shelves means they sold them. Toasted sandwiches and salads are not nearly as popular, with just 25 and 18 sold in turn. So remember, the most popular item to second most, third most to least popular item. Order should be like this. And you know the words and vocabulary which they are using here, you will find everything in this unit. Now let's come to second bakery. Donuts are also number 1 purchase in Lovely Loaves. This is the second bakery, Lovely Loaves. With just over 120 sold on Saturday. Come back, take a look at second bakery, Lovely Loaves, and donuts 120. Can you see that? Yeah, that's right. Okay, 120 sold on a Saturday. Cookies are next at around 65 sales. Do we have cookies next or any other item after donuts? Cookies. Oh yes, after donuts we have cookies. Right. So, cookies are next at around 65 sales. Salads come next with just over 60, 3 times as many as are sold in Bernie's buns. Now they are comparing two bakeries as 3 times as many. What does that mean? 3 times more than that, 3 times as many as are sold in Bernie's buns. Rolls and fresh loaves are joint fifth. Joint fifth means they come at number 5. Okay, joint fifth means they come at number 5. With 50 sales apiece, followed by crisps at approximately 45. And the least popular item in Lovely Loaves is toasted sandwiches with around 25 sales. Okay, now the conclusion is, first of all, identify the graphic information, whether it is comparative graph or graph with the trend and all that. After that, you should know the number of paragraphs. Then you should know how what to write in each paragraph, how to arrange the body paragraphs, okay? And you need specific vocabulary for that. And you will find all that, again I tell you, page number 91 to page number 102. You got to go through it all. Yes, and that will help you, right? Thank you.